there it is on prisonplanet.tv. They've zoomed in on the wall to where I have the P.O. box up there for when I forget the address. It's InfoWars, P.O. Box 19549, Austin, Texas 78760. Please mail it to us as quickly as you can. Carry a camera around with you. Put it on a tripod. Get us good footage of the chemtrails, handheld, whatever. And just get it to us. But also make some comments. And that may end up in the film, because I want to show not just Alex Jones talking or the 20-plus people we've interviewed for this. I want to show you the people, we the people out there. And I want footage from Germany. I want footage from Russia. I want footage from Japan. I want footage from Brazil, from Mexico, from England, from Ireland, from Scotland. I need your help, Info Warriors. So P.O. Box 19549, Austin, Texas 78760. And Dave over at the Alex Jones channel will also snippet out this little rant and post that for people on the web. We're going to post this video on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. I mean, it's an amazing documentary. And we got incredible chemtrails. But I really want to show you the activists and have a little of that flavor in there. And that's the final thing I need to finish this film. So I want to thank you in advance for all your support and all the people that have mailed us chemtrail footage. We've mailed a lot of great chemtrail footage when I called for this a year ago and 2 years ago, respectively. But really, no one sent me footage with them talking. And maybe you're nervous. Well, just aim it at a chemtrail while you talk and say, I'm here in Bakersfield, California, and they're spraying all the time, or up on a hilltop. The shots I really want are cities, because I've seen this so many times but not had a camera. Like off 360, Austin, and you'll see a blue sky, and then they start spraying the trails, and it turns the whole sky into a haze, and they're spraying them at 5,000 feet. And the planes go and turn around and go in crisscrosses. They're not landing. They're not waiting to land. I mean, rural areas. Also, send us your photos to Rob D, R-O-B-D, stands for Rob Do, at Infowars.com, or Jaron.com, Jaron at Infowars.com. Send us your photos that you took. Bigger res, better, and with a little note where you took it so we can put on the screen where this was shot. Photos are great as well. Photos you took 5 years ago. If you shot video 10 years ago, I want to be able to say this is 10 years ago in Florida, in Tallahassee. I mean, dig through it all. Don't procrastinate. P.O. Box 19549, Austin, Texas 78760. And, I hate even getting into chemtrails here on air without even going over what it is. We got new listeners going, what in tarnations is this guy talking about? Well, just Google White House calls for geoengineering planet to save us from global warming. Then you find out, they go, yes, we've had a secret program, and we didn't want to tell you about it. We've had people, like we paid, so they had money for the hotel and stuff, to send We Are Change to events in California over a year ago, where top globalists admitted, yeah, we've kept the program secret, but now we're telling you we are geoengineering. I mean, this is powerful stuff. Yeah, there's the Wall Street Journal. Team Obama will consider geoengineering to fight climate change. See, but then when you actually go to the conferences, they admit, oh, well, all the previous stuff was just a giant secret test on all of the continents of the planet. And we got footage of jets flying right beside another jet with no condensation trail versus a trail, or we've got jets at 5,000 feet in the summer where you cannot get ice crystals, and at 30,000 feet up above them where you're supposed to get them, no ice crystals, or real contrails being laid down that are dissipating in seconds versus artificial ones that are up there for hours. I mean, it's unbelievable, the scale of this program that is going on. And there's facilities out in Arizona. Just Google chemtrail facility Arizona. We don't have the money, the time, the energy. If you want to go shoot footage of that and send it to us, and we got the photos, send it all to robd at Infowars.com. In fact, Matt, did we create that special email just for me? Did we ever do that? Because I asked him 2 weeks ago to create it. We'll create one, chemtrails at Infowars.com right now. Will you call the IT guys in here right now? Thank you. Because if I don't do this now, it won't happen. Chemtrails at Infowars.com. Chemtrails at Infowars.com. Matt, can I have chemtrails at Infowars.com? I can't have chemtrails at Infowars.com. Can we set it up right now? Awesome. I know that's short notice. Okay, I'm done ranting. I apologize. I'm out of control. I'll hit news in the final segment, but let's talk to George in Connecticut. George, you're on the air. Welcome.
Thanks a lot for Alex. I mean, it's nice to hear a little bit of rationality from the Israeli point of view. I just wanted to quickly make a suggestion for that JFK thing because you brought it up. Doug Horn was on Unknown Country with Whitney Strieber. He's absolutely fantastic. You have to get him on as a speaker at some point. He basically was part of some sort of investigative group that was with the military that definitively went through all the details to show that they were all either fabricated or manipulated or whatever the evidence.
Well, Los Alamos Laboratories 3 years ago tested a lone bullet and found it wasn't the same bullet as the fragments, and there were no fragments from the lone bullet. It's all fake.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what he was getting into, but he goes into meticulous detail, excruciating detail, is what I'm saying, and you can't shoot his stuff down easily. So Doug Horn is somebody you should hit. Maybe, Whitley or, how to contact him through with
yeah, well, somebody give me a pen. Somebody bring me a pen in there. I had like 5 of them, and I guess I walked out of the room with them. Doug Horn. Okay, well, I mean, was he involved in because that was even in like the Dallas Morning News 3 years ago about the Los Alamos National Laboratories, right, that the Army did the test.
Yeah, he was a part of the last investigative thing to go over all the material. And even with the brain stuff, he seemed to search that down. He came up with new details, but he has like a $70 5-volume thing on each piece of detail, so that he's probably done more definitive investigation than anybody on the.
I'll have to get Jesse Ventura to talk to him then, because I'm consulting on. Ventura's supposed to come to Austin the next 2 weeks, interview some locals with what they're doing with the threat fusion centers, and with my breaking of the Mayak report. That's one of the episodes, but I'll have to give him that Doug Horn thing on the JFK thing. I appreciate your call. Anything else, George?
One other thing on the Bilderbergers. Why can't we do something like the South Koreans did a number of, what was it, about a year ago or something like that? They used something like Twitter, where they basically were just fed up with their government, bailing out one of their big companies. They had a couple of thousand people, and before you know it, they kept twittering all over the place until there were millions of people on the floor. Maybe something like that should be suggested, or so how they did it, because whenever one of these characters, whether it's a politician or Bilderbergers, if we could use what the Koreans did, instead of just a couple of hundred people showing up, there'd be tens of thousands showing up, and each day growing. Maybe they'd get the idea to shut this thing down before it gets out of hand.
Well, that's a good point. I appreciate your call. It's up to you, the individuals, to make things like that happen. I know for several years they've had Twitter systems and others where the paparazzi use it to harass movie stars and TV personalities, because everybody's on the Twitter in L.A. going, I've got, Charlie Sheen, get him, he's over here eating. And that's kind of mean, because Charlie doesn't deserve that. But for the politicians and the globalists, it certainly is an effective tool to expose them and let them know we're not happy with their criminal activity. To at least come over to have 100 people show up at a restaurant when they're eating and say, we don't like your New World Order. We're not your slaves. Just to let them know, hey, we know who you are. But as Brzezinski said, the people are now aware of the fact that we have a world government. That's a big part of it. Sam in California, you're on the air.
Hey, Alex, how you doing? I know I don't got much time, so I'm just going to quickly start off by saying you're a true patriot. And on top of that, you are a humanitarian, because information is everything, and we need to educate everybody we can. I just recently was fortunate enough to get a link from a friend to your Facebook page, and ever since then, I've been listening to you every single day, and I've been trying to call, and I just finally got through today. I wanted to start
Well, that's a beautiful story. I mean, that's how we're reaching more and more people. Think of unlocking a mind, or giving somebody, a great source of a multi-spectrum information, because my listeners are activists and are reaching out to people. That's why we're having an effect. And it's not just this show. It's a paradigm shift across the board if the people realize that personal contact or internet contact from person to person with the truth is unstoppable if people realize the power they have. But go ahead.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. And I just wanted to quickly touch up on Israel and a few other things, because I myself am a Persian American, I'm Muslim American, and I don't want people lashing out at Jewish people, because that's not right and that's not Islam at all. The thing is, you need to distinguish the difference between Judaism, and Zionism. The Zionists are the ones that control the major state of Israel. And there's actually a group that I just recently found online called Jews United Against Zionism. And these are Jewish rabbis, Orthodox Jews, that do not believe in the state of Israel.
It's Nutricardi, yeah.
Absolutely. And this is just one thing that needs to be touched upon, because people are really starting to move towards anti-Semitism, and that's not what is